There's a lot of new releases, not only this week, but for the rest of the calendar year. Get ready, because if you have ADD when it comes to cards, perfect. Just tune in every week. It's going to be something new. But this week, we've got some good ones. We've got the World Cup National Treasures that we've been talking about for weeks. Only comes around every 4 years. World Cup time is in November. This is a high-end release. We did some cases yesterday. We hit the dual auto. You can find it on our Instagram, which is Mojobreak_com. We hit the Ronaldinho, which I have trouble saying now. It's in my head. 1-of-1 dual auto from Brazil. I mean, it's huge cards. People in the chat were saying it's like priceless.
You guys killed
priceless hit.
The product is dead thanks to you guys.
Yep. David Beckham, we hit him too.
Doug.
What? You going to do a press conference too? We've got WWE Impeccable, which I know C-Rad loves Impeccable. Yeah. What do you think about bringing the WWE brand to Impeccable?
I think it's perfect. From the preview, I saw like the subsets make a lot of sense. Like, you know, like WrestleMania appearances, when they were inducted into the Hall of Fame. Because, you know, those number cards from Impeccable are really like sought after, like with basketball and football specifically. Like, you know, I remember when they used to have Kobe's, like when you used to have like maybe like the 80-point game or whatever, 81-point game, and his number to 81 or whatever. So like those number cards are always the more fun cards to chase after in Impeccable. And, you know, me loving wrestling and then loving you guys know I love the Impeccable brand. There's no question about that. So it's kind of like a perfect product. I'm excited to rip some tonight.
So what's the biggest auto name? Like Bushwhackers? Is that like one of the bigger ones? Or the Iron Sheik? No.
No, it's the same.
Roman Reigns?
Yeah, it's the same guys.
Well, that's easy. It's on the freaking.
It's the same guys.
Well, he is a redemption.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I saw redemption pulled today.
Same names: Undertaker, Triple H. You know, Hulk Hogan's in the set. So
Ric Flair?
Yeah, Ric Flair. Yeah, I think he's in the set. He's in the set.
Woo.
So all the Panini.
So the highest selling wrestling autos are going to be Undertaker, Hogan,
the same guys you
Roman
would normally
Reigns.
expect.
How John Cena, is he in it? Maybe
John Cena, I believe from going to the checklist, I believe he is in it, and he's in a lot of different sets too.
But
and
those are all
he's one of the biggest names.
Those are all like the entertainers have been around for a while.
Yeah,
what about
The
like
Rock.
is there
Is
any
The Rock in it?
stars. Yeah.
He signed?
Yeah.
is there any new up and comers?
The
Because I know
rookie- the
I think they
rookie
do.
Braun
They have rookies, right?
Rookie Braun Breaker is a huge guy.
Braun.
Gable Stevenson, I think his name. He's like
Is
a
that guy on
Olympic wrestler.
Is that a guy on Whatnot?
Braun Breaker?
A great name for a breaker, right?
Yeah. I saw it. It's like but multiple Ks, right? Multiple A's or something like that.
K, yep.
I mean, maybe not 3 Ks.
No,
but
hopefully
like
not 3 Ks.
Maybe 2 Ks.
Braun?
Braun.
Not like Bone Breaker. That would be a better wrestler name, right?
Bone Breaker.
Bone Breaker.
That
Isn't
sounds
that
like,
the Bone-
like a typical Vince McMahon wrestling name in the 90s.
I believe, if
should
I'm
be
not
called-
mistaken, Macho Man Randy Savage's character in the first Spider-Man movie was Bone Crusher.
There you go.
When he
Also a good wrestling name.
yeah,
Isn't there a
great name.
rapper named Bone Crusher?
There might
Yes,
be.
there
Also a
was.
good rapper name.
From
Might
Atlanta,
also,
right?
Might also be a monster
Atlanta.
truck, if I'm not mistaken.
He's from the- I know he's from the South. I don't know if he's
Bone
from Atlanta.
Crusher. What was the best? Speaking of that, we're going off on a tangent. What's the biggest monster truck?
Gravedigger.
Gravedigger. There you
for
go.
Oh, dude. I mean, come on. Gravedigger and Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Hey,
those
how
are the
come
two.
How come they don't throw those events anymore at a freaking Oracle, dude?
They do.
They have him at Levi.
They have them all the time.
Oh, okay.
They've had him at
I
Levi.
used to see them on commercials so many times.
You know what they actually put
I
them
never
in?
got to go.
Well, they put them in print magazines now, so that's probably why you haven't seen them.
Yeah, the ad's in Rolling Stone right now. As we
It's actually
speak.
the ad is in Rolling Stone.
They had to do a Gravedigger Undertaker collab at some point, right? That
did.
had to have happened
They
at
did.
one point, like to cross promote.
I remember
No.
like
the
Undertaker was like driving around the
or they
Gravedigger
just
truck.
used his logo or something. It had to have happened, right?
I remember seeing that. There was a collab.
Because I feel like there was a Stone Cold monster truck at some point too. Is Stone Cold in Impeccable?
Oh, he's got to be.
He's
gotta
been
be,
in most of these
He's
products.
in it, but I don't think he has any autos in it. I'm not
How
sure
about
if
how
he has
about
any autos.
Goldberg? Is he in it?
Goldberg is in the set.
Man,
Yeah.
Bill Goldberg, man.
Brock Lesnar's in the set.
This is just loaded.
Yeah, it's in terms of all the names you want, they're in there.
So the
What about Sable?
Sable is not in the set.
Oh man.
Is there
Maybe-
cut?
I think she might have a silver.
But they don't have cut autos in that, right?
No, don't
So
cut
you wouldn't be able
autos
to
in
get
that
like
one.
a Macho Man.
No.
Or,
Owen
all
Hart.
all the legends that passed away, they do have silvers and golds.
Oh,
in
okay.
the set, but
Sweet.
yeah, I saw a.
I think I'm gonna open a box after the show.
I saw a
I heard we don't have some.
Yokozuna silver.
Yokozuna silver. Yep. And by the way, before we move on from this portion, the slide, Cody, where's the love for 3 and 2 baseball, man?
That's not
Oh,
this
that's
week.
right. I don't think it's this week, right? Is it this week?
Friday.
This Friday. Well,
we
need to update our release
here
calendars.
at Mojobreak. We know things.
I see. That's Luminaries, right? On the right side.
No, it's Bowman Sterling.
Sterling.
Yeah.
Sterling.
Luminaries comes out on Friday too.
Well, for now.
There is simply
3 and 2.
there are just a lot of. I mean, it's a lot of products coming out.
I heard
Better than
from
2 and 3
now,
because you'd be out.
I heard
true.
from now until the end of the year, there's 46 major releases coming.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
So
I will also add.
that's what I said. Get your
buckle up.
ADD ready.
I will also add
We have about
because
12 weeks.
Yeah.
it's been fairly slow. September was probably the slowest September I've recall ever in my breaking career. Not in terms of just like sales, because obviously all sales are down right now at the economy, but in terms of like releases, it was very slow.
Yeah.
Like I know September generally is slow, but like I'm used to like at least a few big releases.
Well, I think we came to a head of like the stuff that was behind, and then nothing just came out. Now it's like getting
now
it out
everything
the
is
door.
coming
Yeah,
out.
getting it out the door.
So it's an exciting time. There's obviously fans of all these different type of sets. Just look at the calendar, see what you like.
Yeah, these are all great sets. I mean, I know they're certified in there. I failed to mention that, but like Spectra underrated with those logo mans.
Underrated ever since they added the logo man. They needed that, honestly.
Yeah.
Spectra Basketball was a brand that was always billed as high end, but never felt high end.
Color Blast too, right?
And Color Blast.
Yeah.
So those two elements added it really needed that to elevate that product. And now, like since they added those two things, the Color Blast and the Logo Man, Spectra really does feel like a high end product now.
Did we need another a Logo Man product though, like another one?
There's not. Well, I mean, look at shields. There's a shield in every single product. At least with basketball, there's like 5 products that have.
But now we have 4, and then I don't count the gold. I don't count gold standard because that's like a laundry tag logo man.
There's 4. There's Immaculate, NT Flawless, and
Spectra.
Yeah. But if you remember, what was it? Gala had one, but it was like sideways.
Yeah.
But that was like a one-off.
Yeah, they only did Gala 2 years.
There's also Capstone's baseball coming out.
Huh?
Yep. Not this week, but it is coming out within the next month. I just made it up. Made it up. New
you know what
product.
that is, right? It's Cornerstones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that design's it's cool.
They usually put that design in Chronicles.
Yeah. Am I blowing your mind right now?
Yeah.
Unscripted. Boom.
Got to get it out there. But I'd be remiss to talk about Bowman Sterling, one of my favorite releases. I was glad it came back. Obviously, when we started breaking, it was an 18 auto a box product, which was amazing.
What a time.
And people complained about stickers, is why it was the death of it. But also acquiring all those autos was tough for Topps. So it went away, and then it came back. But now it's only 5 autos per box because it used to be 6 packs, 3 autos a pack. It was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal breaking product, and we did so many. We had the Sterling Asias. I mean,
I remember doing that product. I'm like, how do they do this? Like, how do they make how do you put one product that has 18 autographs in it? And again, like 90% of them were on card.
Yeah. And it was like you could do 2 boxes, it'd be 36 autos.
That's crazy.
And
what a time.
Almost every spot in the break would probably have an auto, for
Let
the most
alone
part.
if you did like a half case or a full case.
Yeah, then you got I remember we did full cases, 8 times. What is that? 8 times 18 ounces.
And we didn't have to worry about the great top load shortage.
144
No,
autos.
I mean, no issues with the top load.
No.
Now it's a different time.
Good times.
Yeah, now we have to save all of our gum wrappers to use it on our cards. Just protect them. All right. Juice case, I guess we got to talk about it. It's I was on Sports Card Radio. They did the live investigation.
Standing ovation for those guys like that. That was like
They're still tired. They're still recovering. They're still
that
recovering.
was like 8 hours live. I mean, let's bring it. Yeah, I mean, talked about some hanky panky. It was a good time.
I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, we get more data. We have now Barstool involved, claiming that it's the Monopoly game scandal. We may have, let's say that in quotes, we may have a McDonald's Monopoly game scandal in the sports card hobby. Darren Ravel saying Panini did not say anything. Also, Backyard hasn't came out and said anything other than their hype video that they came out with, which was pretty brilliant. If I must say, it was definitely a flex. They haven't addressed it. And then you see, just to add to the confusion, the same night that they were running the investigation, another whatnot breaker by the name of Hobby House FL, which is based actually in Boca Raton, Florida, which is close to where Backyard is located, hits the LaMelo Logo Man from the 2021 product, which I know is 2 years old. But it's all weird that it kind of coincidentally happened. They actually put it in their stream But they were logo man hunting, you know, and probably by the math, that was the biggest one left, right? So it's not hard to say. But Samuel Dallenberg comes by, former Sixers legendary player, comes by within 5 minutes.
Legendary might be pushing it.
I'm giving the man his
No,
props.
no
And
offense. Look,
You know what? He played more basketball than all 4 of us
yes,
combined.
he did. No, I'm not saying that. If he came in here and he would dunk on me, I get it. But anyway.
Yeah, he's actually, I think, still relatively younger than me. But, and he doesn't play anymore. But, yeah, he came in, I guess within 5 minutes they hit it. You know, so, you know, obviously tinfoil hats reunite and sing Kumbaya in this one. But I want to digest this, and I want to talk about it, and everybody's opinion is going to be stated here. C-Rat, now that you have more data and you've seen this, what do you think?
Well, as soon as this was hit, I commented under their post of like, what about backyard, bro? You know what I mean?
You did? Like
Yeah.
from your
I saw
own,
it, yeah.
from your own
Yeah.
purse.
Now, I feel like we do have to put in the context that if you're watching us, you saw it there, but they did tweet out that the Backyard Boys are, to quote them, are my boys. They live down the street from me. I did buy the case off them, but that doesn't prove anything. They did come out and say that was a joke. Don't take it so seriously, but you
Poor
know,
timing.
Exactly.
Poor
At the
timing with
very
the
least,
joke.
very
So
bad
he was
timing.
joking that he bought it from the, or did he
Yeah.
actually
But
buy
he
it?
also did.
We don't know.
No, he
We don't know.
He put out a tweet and then he was like, "Oh, that was a joke," and then deleted
Yes.
the tweet.
Yes. Well, actually, I found the tweet today. It's still there, so he must have deleted
There
it.
was
Must
there
have
was
deleted
two of
someone
them.
else.
There
Yeah.
was another one that he said, yeah, and he didn't even say anything about fraudsters. I can't remember the context, but I think it's captured somewhere else on social media where they have it, where he says he had it, but then he deleted it. He said, yeah, I got it from Backyard. I got my case from Backyard, but then he deleted that. And then this one, he's saying it was a joke. So, you know, I mean, it's kind of bad timing to make a joke like that when literally there's an investigation and there's a lot of negativity in the hobby. Probably should not joke about something like that, regardless, especially when you're right down the street from them.
I have a question if anybody knows. I can't recall. Has the Ant-Man been pulled of this card?
I think it was.
I
feel like I
it would
remember
be-
it
I
happening,
feel like
but
it
I
would have
don't
been
know.
big news if it was pulled. Like
How about the
we
Wiseman?
would've- Yeah. What about has the Wiseman pulled either?
Don't think so.
So
It-
there's still some chances. I feel like, you know, obviously if you're looking for some of these other, if anything,
was Wiseman a redemption?
No,
No,
he was
no, he was like
Yeah.
they were all live.
yeah, arguably Ant-Man's maybe on the same level, if not bigger. Than
Yeah, I
LaMelo
think
at
he's
this
kind of
point.
passed up LaMelo.
Yeah.
not early, but
Well, that's why I think maybe it could have gone by maybe not as big a deal because at the time it was Melo and everyone else was kind of secondary. It was only in the last year where it was like Melo, Ant-Man on equal
You
footing.
could, I mean, even when the product came, I mean, they were like, you could flip flop them however you want, but they were the two biggest hits that you can get out of the product
For sure.
Like, if you could make an argument
I
that
don't think it was hit. No, I don't
Ant-Man
think
would
it was hit
be
either.
the number one card. You can make an argument that LaMelo would have been the number one card. But
And after this year, when the Warriors win the chip, Wiseman's going to be the biggest of the three. So
I think you're right.
people don't like business.
Conrad, I agree with you.
I agree with you, but people don't like big men, so big men don't sell in the hobby.
but like a big man, Wiseman's going to transcend because he's wearing the Golden State Warriors jersey.
Could I hope so? I hope so. I have a flawless.
How
RPA.
many wins do the Warriors have to? What was their record? Is it 73?
3.
Yep.
Yes.
Could they beat that this year?
I was telling. Okay.
Can they?
No
do
Biden.
they even want to?
They don't
I
want
think
to.
they want to. No,
They don't
you get
want
too
to.
tired.
If there's anything I've learned in the last,
You never want to be the best regular season team.
Absolutely not. We just saw it with the Dodgers. We saw it with the Warriors in 2016. Do not break
You just
regular season
want
win
to.
records. Nobody cares.
You just want to be
Unless you're
good
the-
enough.
unless
Just
you're the
get
96
in. Just be good.
Bulls.
Be the Philadelphia Phillies. Just
Yes.
get in. Just get in.
Hell, the Patriots, the greatest team of all time, undefeated, winning the Super Bowl. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Nobody cares.
true.
Don't just get in with 9 wins.
David
get in.
Tyree.
One
Get
word,
him just
Michael.
above 500.
One name, Michael Jordan.
That's it.
well,
That's
he
all
did do it though with the record breaking. He's
that's
the only
it.
one, right?
Yeah.
Getting back to this backyard thing. I mean, we actually had somebody comment on it was a break you did, and it was like.
Oh, we had people comment.
And this is the perception that floats around in this hobby, right? Is because this is now blown up and a lot of people are talking about it, whether it's good or bad. We had somebody comment on our video now saying the same people get the top 10 hits rigged. I'm done with this S.
Cool.
So, which obviously it's not. But does that spread? Does that spread through the community? Like, does this negativity surrounding breakers, even though it's aimed at one breaker, starts lumping all of us breakers into the same category?
We got lumped in because of the – I saw a comment because of the Mac Jones Flawless 101 Shield. They were like, well, how does Mojobreak explain the 101 Shield Mac Jones that was pulled on release day? How do they explain that? And I'm like,
Somebody actually said that?
yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't know, man.
It's the one we hit.
I do one thing. That's it.
Well, but that's a counter argument to the backyard getting all the juice cases. Is the fact that arguably the best card in the product at the time was hit here.
We can trace it back to the person who purchased that spot. We physically handed that card to a Patriots fan physically here in the shop. Flew in from.
Well, it was on one of the hypes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So there's a paper trail to that specific card. That card wasn't kept by us. Wasn't sold to somebody that we know.
Probably wishes he sold it now.
No, I mean it's
No?
Well,
we can't
we'll talk about
we
it.
can't. Zappy.
We'll talk about it.
Mac's still coming back. And
Yeah,
he's still
I-
gonna get his
sure.
job back.
Well, well, again, we'll talk about it. I was reading some stories that things are not good right
Ooh,
now.
breaking news.
So
Little segue, a little cliffhanger.
yeah, we'll. I mean, you still got some comments on this before I throw it down.
So what a time! All I'll say is
Get
that what a
sued.
time for what a time for this card to be pulled right on during this week where they pull the freaking Cade, and then it's like we have been looking for this card for a whole year.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, to further the conspiracy theory is when is the best time to like preseason, right? So you've got the Cade and then this card coming out all within a week of the start of the season, right? So you're telling me like the 3-month off season. I mean, now there's also other factors. Is people are like us, we're bringing out Flawless. We haven't brought out a case of Flawless in 3 months.
Flawless and Saturday,
right? So there is that there's going to be people looking for basketball. So I mean that's also a factor in. But I'm interested to hear what Dan has to say, and I'm gonna get my popcorn ready. So it sounds like it might be juicy because he's got his juice in front of him.
I do. And this is actually it's like $5 juice. That is like 6 ounces. It's ridiculous.
Better be the most healthy, greatest. That better add
tons-
5 years
dude,
to your life. That better be how
tons-
good that juice
Jesus
is.
Christ.
Tons of sugar. Absolutely insane amount of sugar.
So the
natural
opposite of
sugar.
it is terrible for you. I'm probably gonna go into like.
But it's vital.
You do you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into a diabetic shock after this. But you know, yeah.
Meanwhile, C-Rad just
actually,
downed his Pepsi.
I'm actually curious. Healthy, and obviously Pepsi not healthy. 70 grams of sugar to my 32. So yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Like have they? That seems like an insane amount of sugar.
That is.
Have they added even more sugar to soda?
It's probably like I would think like they almost had more back in the day, but it was like real sugar. Whereas now it's
70
like maybe a little less, but it's all like
What
corn syrup.
What does
corn
70
syrup, yeah.
what
Corn
is-
slurry
like, if you were to
sugar.
pack up sugar in that bottle, how much would you have to fill up 70 grams? Like would it be like
I
right there?
remember seeing this as a kid.
Would it
Yeah.
be like would it be up here?
Yeah, something like
in
that.
like
They used to do those like as a kid when you did like you had your first like PE classes. There would be that teacher on like a rainy day that'd be like, "All right, here's a picture of all the sugar you're drinking and your Pepsis and your Mountain Dews and your."
that teacher didn't sound like that, Cody.
No.
But I do.
not.
You say he's like from the 50s.
Yeah, that's right. I had a gym teacher from the 50s.
When did you go to school again?
Yeah, 1953 was my graduating class.
And this segment is brought to you by diabetes.
Yeah.
So
No, but I mean, seriously, 70. Okay. Wow. Juiced cases. Take a little sip again.
it's been done before, man. Copying.
No, I'm parched. I need to lube it up a little bit.
All right, Luber, go ahead.
No, so juiced cases. What I mean, again, give mad props to Colin and Ryan and everybody who participated, including Doug. Doug was on the show. said his part. The one thing that really stood out, and I haven't really watched Backyard Breaks until recently, until like after Sports Card Radio started talking about them. I knew who they were, but I wasn't really watching their feed. Now, granted, they do have 4 feeds going on at the same time, but there was this, what I feel, misconception about they break more product than anybody, and it's not even close. Not going to completely debate that, but I think people are looking at the fact that because they are live more than anybody else, they're equating that to product being ripped. I watched them for hours, and there is, like every other breaking operation, there is downtime when they are not ripping. They are not sitting there and just ripping through NT cases, just nonstop. Granted, they are ripping product. They're ripping high-end product. But there is this misconception that they are just going through cases and cases and cases and cases every day, which, at least with the handful of days I was looking at, is not fact.
Yeah, but you're also looking at it. You're putting it in a capsule now, and which is
they
times.
Okay, fair enough. You on the payroll? You on the payroll with them? Backyard Doug?
Cash at me at Doug Caskey for that.
Cash at me at Backyard Doug.
Yeah. Duggar.
The other thing, and again, this is my opinion. I can have an opinion, right, without getting people like pissed off at me. The one common denominator that I see is, what platform are all these cards coming out on?
They're making a movie.
They're coming out on Whatnot. I don't know the inner workings of Whatnot. I don't know. I dove in a little bit. I've seen that they've raised a crap ton of money, and mad props to them. And on their platform, it is basically Backyard and maybe a couple other breaking operations that 100% get pumped by however their algo works, right?
What's an algo?
Algorithm. We're in Silicon Valley, so I'm just gonna sit here and talk tech stuff now because I'm tech guy.
Yeah, tech guy.
I'm tech guy. I am the IT guy here. What's up? I mean, I could unplug and plug things in like the best of them. It's one of my major skills. But yeah, my whole thing is the common denominator. Look at the platform. Maybe we're diving into the wrong element. Maybe we should look into the platform a little bit more and see if there's any hanky-panky going on there.
Hanky-panky.
I think that's it. And that, again, my opinion.
Allegedly.
My opinion.
Not even allegedly.
And I mean, granted, our Whatnot account will probably be closed tomorrow. Not by our choice, but I don't even know.
I mean, I think it's a good debate. I mean, I would like to know their algorithm, but I mean, I also think this is the perfect storm. The counterpoint I want to suggest here is, if a smaller breaker, like did 3 cases of Bowman and hit 3 superfractor autos, those odds would be insane. And I'm sure it's happened. But smaller breaker does not have the marketing behind them. Also does not have a scandal that has caused people to not only love or hate them. There's a perfectly divided, and there's nobody in the middle when it comes to customers, when it comes to Backyard Break customers. There's people that absolutely hate them, and they voice that, which means Backyard's getting press. And then there's people that absolutely love them, and all I hear is how much free stuff they give away, which is great. So ultimately they can't lose in the form of like press. They've actually taken like these major networks like CNN and Fox way of doing things, and they've brought it into the breaking world. So because they hit these big cards, and because they have so many people that are on them, they've all put it out. There's all opinions now. So people like this collectibles guru is going to hear about it. But my point is if Little Breaker, I'm sure there's somebody that's had crazier odds than these guys and has broken less cases.
True, but
I'm saying it's the perfect blend of how well they're marketing themselves. So these guys have to be doing something, because I keep seeing all of their hits. And that's my point of view that I've kind of seen over the week. Now, should Whatnot maybe make a statement? Should maybe Panini make a statement? I don't know. Maybe somebody should come out and say something.
I don't think Panini should make a statement. I actually truly think that Panini and I'm not speaking for the printing facility, but I'm speaking what I feel about Panini. I don't think Panini is involved whatsoever. I don't think.
I don't either.
It doesn't. It really, like, they have no product to sell. It doesn't.
But would it be bad though?
I
mean, would it be bad for them to at least say, like, you know, as far as the involvement with us is, like, just to come out and say that statement?
I don't think it's. I honestly,
or are you? Or I mean,
I don't.
And I'm honestly asking. Or you better not off not saying anything.
I think it's better not saying anything. I think if they do say anything, it's going to get dissected, and people are going to spin it in a way that they didn't say, and it's going to fester into something that's like even worse optics for Panini. So
it's a lose-lose.
It's
situation.
better to probably not say anything, and I completely understand that. But again, it's not just the cards are not made at Panini headquarters. They are not printing and packing up cards at their facility. Correct me if I'm wrong, they are outsourced to a printing facility where cards are essentially made, packed up, put on skids, and shipped to either mostly to big
distributors, retailers, maybe,
and smaller accounts obviously are not going to get pallets, but distributors would probably get pallets. There's a lot of the printing facility that we don't know about. So we would be that's where we could just jump to any conspiracy theory at that point. I basically have heard them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean the problem with the internet too is nobody gives
There's a lot of problems. We should just go on the next segment is problems with the internet.
Is nobody it's not innocent until proven guilty anymore. It's proven guilty first, and let's maybe see if you're innocent. But, like, you know, and I'm not backing them up. If anything, we're actually just doing more marketing for them. It was actually the genius of all of this. Is if they did plan the Trevor Lawrence kaboom, which I believe they might have, because of the negative publicity turns into positive eventually. I actually saw people in people's comments saying, what do you mean the Trevor Lawrence? Like, people already forgot about it. I mean, this is like 7-8 months ago. It's like, it's way in the way back.
I don't think
it's like 10 years in the hobby.
I really don't think Backyard's involved. I really don't think, if there is anything to this story, I don't think they're involved. I don't think Panini's involved. I think there's.
But I feel like we're all doing marketing for them now.
Sure.
And it's free.
But
like,
what do we do? I mean, we have a podcast about trading cards or sports cards. We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, they're for better or worse, they're in the news. This is what it is literally going to be. I mean, and we may forget about it. Like you said, the Trevor Lawrence thing, which when we were doing research last week, that realization of that was this calendar year. That happened this year. Was like, it shows you how quickly we forget. But nonetheless, when we look back at this year, we are going to look back at this moment. Because again, I was telling you when this was going viral, I was like, this is not hobby viral. This is viral. Like, people are picking this up that don't pay attention to this usually, and are like, something is going on in this world, whether it's true or not. People have picked it up, and it's become a little more mainstream.
My other thing is that they break a lot of high-end product, including Topps products. There's been a fair amount of Topps products that they've ripped. I don't see any of these product hits from the Topps releases up there. Why if they rip so much, wouldn't we see cut autos of Babe Ruth from Definitive Baseball or bat knobs?
Because Topps products are not gambling products. Simple.
But the
people that go on Whatnot and chase hits,
they still break a lot of that product. Why?
I don't think they break a quarter of compared to what they break the other stuff.
Well,
I don't know, but I would just assume, because if you look at like Platinum, what do they do the most of?
But
basketball.
My thing is that, like, it would really, really put a wrench in the whole thing if you saw a handful of cards that were Topps cards. That were on there.
It's probably 5 to 10% of their revenue right now.
But they're obviously really, really good at opening up Panini product, but they're not as good as opening up top product to pull the big hits.
I mean, we probably do 70% Panini, 30% Topps at this point.
No, I think it's probably like 60.
There's one sport compared to two, so
we just had a segment about WWE. We were talking.
That's also Panini product.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, Doug.
The winds of change are coming.
I'm just saying, like,
We ripped something. We ripped
baseball-
something today. Bowman Sterling.
The most expensive hits you can get in Topps products are out of Bowman. But nobody is going to go on Whatnot and break cases of Bowman Draft consistently because it takes too long and you have to ship everything. So the gambling products, and I hate to keep saying that, but it's truth. Let's not sugarcoat it. The gambling products are National Treasures, Flawless, Impeccable, all these hit-based products.
What about Prism?
I mean, Prism has become kind of a gambling product, but you're not going to see them. They're not going back to the well and doing it. They're getting the easy flip. They can open up 20 cards and ship them. They don't want to have to ship base. It takes too long.
I go on their feed and they're breaking like a box of optic football. That doesn't look like they're just, and they're taking time to rip that. They're not ripping NT football. Like that's the other, again, like I think there's this misconception that just because they are live, and they are live longer than, you want to talk about hours being live with their 4 feeds that are on Whatnot, they are running laps around everybody else in hours being live. I think you said what they do like Rich does about 50% is what you said roughly.
I said a quarter. I don't know.
I actually think they are pretty close.
I got my last statement, guys. Maybe I should stand up for this. We just announced a deal that we will now be getting loaded cases at Mojobreak.com. So on the schedule, you can see what breaks are happening. They're all loaded. They're all juiced. We worked out a deal that we're getting all the juice cases now. So buy into the breaks. Mojobreak.com. I'm kidding. Don't take that. Let's just snip that out.
Please tell me that can be cut and edited, right?
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
I'm
That's
kidding.
That's what
I'm
we
kidding.
plan on doing. It's going to be our most viral clip ever.